everybody, it's the chef from Penguin and the Chef, and today we're here to make a tasty treat. Something that you might want to make for your Valentine's, because Valentine's Day is coming up. And as you can see, we got our Valentine's decorations out. We did our little Christmas tree all in Valentine stuff and decorated it. And got our kissing booth sign out back there and our little C heart J in the back. Well, you see what I got here in front of me. I got a stick of melted butter over in here. And I got me a can of apple pie filling. I got some cinnamon and sugar. I got a can of biscuits. There's 10 of the small biscuits. And I got a little bit of flour. So guess what we're going to make? We're going to make a knockoff Copycat Domino's baked apple pies filling with their cinnamon breadsticks. Except we're going to use biscuits in this one. So let's get started. We'll be right back. Hey guys, we're back. Now, as you know, if you've ordered Domino's or you haven't, you've seen the commercials on TV, they want $7.99 for an order of these. And what you get is a little pie pan with the bottom filled with apple pie filling and a little cinnamon and sugar, and you get 8 of their cinnamon bread twists. Well, one can of this was $1.64 at Walmart, but you can get the Dollar Tree size ones at Dollar Tree for $1.25 now. It's the same exact stuff except the apples aren't chopped up. So what I have here is a baking dish. You can use a pie pan, anything you want, and we're gonna put them. I'm gonna put all of mine in there, so you get twice as many apples, twice as good. There we go. Now Domino's comes chopped up in little pieces, so I suggest going around and taking a spoon or a knife and at least trying to split your apples in half. That way you get some more that are bite-sized, like you would in the Domino's. We had these once, we ordered them last month, and I thought, yeah, they're pretty good. You just don't get a whole lot for what you pay for. So then we thought, well, heck, you can make these yourself and make it a lot cheaper and get a lot more. So
it's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. I do admit they got a good idea on that. Don't you miss McDonald's old apple pies? They used to have it, were really good apple pies, and
it had cinnamon sugar on them?
Yeah, Hardee's used to have the cinnamon and sugar too, and they still have apple pies now, and you can get them 2 for $1, not advertising for them, but the cinnamon and sugar is on the inside instead of the outside, so they're not quite as good. And Rally's had them too, and here last year they did away with theirs for whatever reason.
At least around here.
Yeah, at least around Indiana, Illinois area. But there you go, I got that all on there now. Gotta taste the spoon.
Huh.
Okay. Like I said, I have about 1 stick of pre-melted butter. You can use margarine. You can use salted, unsalted. It's up all your choice. But I'm going to take a little bit of that liquid butter. And we're going to drizzle just a little bit of it all around that filling. And like bacon, butter makes everything better.
Yeah.
Just like bacon. Now, you can mix this together yourself. We buy it pre-made, but it's just cinnamon and sugar is all it is. It's about I don't know, I'd say about a 75%.
Well, that is pre-made now because it emptied and I mixed it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
How did you mix it? 50-50, 75-25?
No, like 2 tablespoons of white sugar to to 1 teaspoon of cinnamon.
There you guys go. So you can make it yourself. You don't even have to buy it pre-made. But we're going to, on top of them apples and butter, we're going to sprinkle a nice healthy coating of it. Right on the top to bake in. Okay. Now I've already preheated my oven to 400 degrees, which is what the biscuits call for. And I have a foil-lined pan, so I'm just going to set this on top of that foil-lined pan. That saves me cleaning up that pan later on because you know it takes a chance of boiling over. So let's set this over to the side for the moment, and we'll get on to our next step. Alright, now we're ready for step 2. Now I have a can of Meyer's little biscuits. There's 10 little biscuits in this can. Walmart's work just as good. You can buy theirs for 50 cents a can, or they sell them in 4-packs. If you don't want to use biscuits, you can buy a pizza dough. Walmart has a canned pizza dough that's like less than $2.
$1.64.
$1.64, and you can do the same thing to it and roll it out and cut it and make the little twists. Makes no difference, whichever way you like. We like biscuits. We like fried biscuits and baked biscuits, so we're going with the biscuits, all right? So you see I've already peeled the extra wrapper off, and we're going to try to pop it open. Dun 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 dun.
Pop, go to Weedle.
Pop, go to Weasel. So we got the can all open here. We're going to grab one biscuit. If I set them down.
All around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel.
And I got just a little bit of flour here that I'm going to put out on my cutting board. That way these things don't stick as bad. But what you want to do is you want to lop it around there. And I'm going to start rolling it between my hands. You can see how you do this. You just keep working it until you get it to its maximum length. Don't want to make it too thin like a pencil. More like, I don't know, a small cigar size, or what would you say?
A piece of well, yeah.
Licorice is too small. Because they only stretch so much. It's a biscuit. Pizza dough's going to stretch a little more. You can get them a little thinner than you can. But that's about,
cigar.
Yeah, cigar. That's about as big as you can get it. About like that. And all you have to do to make it like theirs is twist and pull. Keep your finger in the center. Pull it around like so. And lay it down. And there you go. It looks just like one of their cinnamon twists. When it bakes, of course, it'll enlarge.
It's kind of like a cancer awareness ribbon.
Yeah, sort of like a ribbon. But then I'm going to take it and I'm going to put some butter on it. As you can see, good helping of butter. And we're going to go back. You can do this after you get them all laid out. I'm just doing it to show you. And then I'm going to sprinkle it with some cinnamon and sugar. And then we're going to let it bake in the oven for 10 to 13 minutes when I get the tray done. And that way you're getting cinnamon and sugar on that. You're getting cinnamon and sugar on your thing. So you're going to get a lot more flavor than what you're getting at the ones from Domino's. I'll do one more for you, and then I'll finish the pan out. And we'll get it put in the oven. Get the biscuit. Get some flour on it. Start rolling. You don't have to do it with your hands if you don't want to. You can get a rolling pin and do it like this on your cutting board or whatever surface you're using. I was just trying to make it simple. Especially for the guys out there who want to do something to impress their girlfriends or their wives or their fiancés for the upcoming holiday.
Yes, please.
I cook for you all the time.
I know you do.
It ain't special to you. I'm the guys that don't do it. Some guys can't cook. I couldn't cook for a long time.
No,
when I was young.
You've been cooking since you were like 10 years old. Your mom told me.
That's what I do. I try to stretch it out. It's going to try to pull itself back together. Keep your finger in the middle. And kind of press it over like that. And then we're going to lay it down. Now this makes 10. Like I said, I have $2.14 invested in it. Not including the butter, the cinnamon, and sugar. I got twice as much pie dough, or pie filling, as what Domino's is going to give you. They give you an order of 8 when you get the twists.
And about a half a can of apple pie filling.
Yeah, about a half a can. So if you were to buy 2 of these, so that'd be $1. You could have twice as many, which is really a better amount.
And Domino's wants $7.99.
And Domino's wants $7.99. That's right. So let me get done putting these on the board. I'll show you what they look like, and we'll get it all in the oven. Okay, guys, we're back. I got all 10 of the biscuits done, except I cheated. See what I made right in the middle of the pan? I rolled one out, cut it with Penguin's heart-shaped cookie cutter made a heart. Good idea for you guys. You want to get on the good side of your girlfriend or your wife. Make a heart right in the middle. As you can see, I got them all buttered and covered with cinnamon sugar. There's the apple pie filling that's been cut up with cinnamon sugar. I'm going to pop them in my 400-degree oven. Now, it says 10 to 13 minutes for biscuits. When they get done, we'll bring you back and I'll show you how to finish them off. Okay, guys, I just took these out of the oven. It still did take about the 13 minutes. I still have the pie filling in. That way it's staying hot. And I got my melted butter right here. So we're going to go over these guys again real quick with some melted butter. More butter the better.
More butter the better.
Just like bacon. More bacon the better. More butter the better.
Paula Dean says more butter the better.
Got my fancy little heart here I made. Paula Dean says more butter the better. She stole that off of me.
No, you stole it off of her.
I didn't steal it off of anybody. She stole it off of me.
No.
I'm going to sue Paula Dean for stealing off of me.
She's always said more butter the better.
So have I.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well, what?
Paula Dean makes more money.
Well, that makes no difference. That makes no difference. One day I'll tell you guys about the guy named Jeep. And there you go. You see I got the butter on there. Let me grab my cinnamon and sugar.
That's like double dipping, right?
Yeah, it's like double dipping. Chunky dunking. Don't need a real heavy coating this time. Just a real light coating will do, because you already got cinnamon and sugar baked into that knot. There you go. Knots, just like you, knot twists, whatever you want to call them, just like you get from there. Like I said, if you don't want them made out of biscuits, you can make them out of pizza dough. Let me get this all plated up and we'll be right back. Okay guys, there it is. Now these, I did go ahead and bake these 13 minutes like I said, to get them done. And when I got these out of the oven, I turned the oven up to 500 and left this for about 5 more minutes on broil to make sure it was good and bubbly. It was hot, but it just wasn't what I wanted. I wanted it to boil. So now it's this taste test time. So we'll grab a couple and do some taste testing here. Stir that around a little bit.
I know it smells good.
And you see all the steam rolling off of it. It's piping hot. You see they held their shape really good, you see?
Yeah.
Looks just like a Domino's. Like I said, you can use pizza crust. You can take bigger biscuits and use it. I don't know about crescent rolls. I've never tried a crescent roll, but crescent roll might work too. I don't know.
Well, we've made the little apple pies with crescent rolls before.
Right, but I never tried to roll one to hold it shaped like this. But
no, it's all the same stuff.
I'm pretty good at it. Yeah, I'm going to let mine cool for a minute too.
It's going to be too hot. Yours is still steaming. They just can't see it.
I didn't rip it off. It's in my mouth. That is so good. Just like Domino's, these are not quite as chewy because, of course, I use pizza dough, like I said. But mine's got more apple cinnamon flavor. Like I said, you get way more for way less money. It was $1.60. It was $1.64 for the pie filling, which is twice as much as you're going to get from Domino's, and it was 50 cents for the biscuits. And you get 10, where you only get 8 of these from Domino's.
That's better than apple pie. Easier too.
So, like I said, you can, if you add in your cinnamon, your sugar, your butter, you're going to use a tad bit of flour. I maybe use 2 or 3 tablespoons of flour on the cutting board I was using. You might have $2 invested in this, but that just means for the price, they want 8 for theirs. You can make 4 batches for the same price that you're paying for one at Domino's.
And the cinnamon and sugar caramelizes a little bit on the biscuits.
Yeah, it's got more cinnamon and sugar flavor than what theirs has. They are really good. And like I said, if you're wanting to treat your sweetie, you can do like I did. If you have a heart-shaped cookie cutter, you're good at making them. By hand, I just took and flattened out a biscuit. I made a heart-shaped one for Valentine's Day. But
that's really good.
you can make these every day of the week if you want. Well, guys, that's the end of our video for today. And got to find something to eat for dinner now so I can have these for dessert.
Finger licking good.
So, you guys have a good night. Have a good weekend. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye guys.